So, hi everyone, welcome. Soul ambition. Do you know how long it took me to actually write it down and to like it felt kind of now I'm going too far. Now I'm calling people out. And I'm like, the very spiritual people might not like this. And it's like, but it's who I am. And it's also who I came to lead. And I will dive deeper into what it means for me and why it is such a match with who I am, and how important it is to me. So for the people who do not know me, I'm Sigrid. I live in the Netherlands. I am a mother. I would say that as first thing. I am a lover. That would be the second. And then I have a global business and a beautiful community with very powerful women mainly in there. And it blows my mind every single time when I'm teaching in my groups to see like the amazing quality of female leaders, whether they are leading with their business, in their jobs, in their parenting. They're just very empowered women. I would call them ambitious souls. And they're ambitious on a soul level. And so what I love to do is to connect and to talk and to teach and to create a community where those soul ambitious women come together and we are having these high level conversations. Because what I do is I receive upgrades, downloads consistently, and it never stops. So if you have been following me for a while, you know by now, it never stops. Sometimes I'm like, well, now it stops. No, the next is coming. So I'm this channel of the new paradigm, and they give me step by step that what is important right now. So even in the classes, it's every week there's something else coming forward, that what needs to be announced, that what is here to be integrated. And then with very practical how-to, like soul embodiment tools, it's like you can use it in your business, in your life, in your relationships. And so that is mainly what it is and what I love more than anything. And I just had this one-on-one retreat and we said it to each other, like having the connection where you can just talk freely about all of this and combine it with a good life means everything to me. And for a long time, it used to be spirituality. You give everything away, which is you, for the greater good, and you will be leaving, well, like left empty. That is no longer the paradigm. So ever since the Divine Wealth template entered the world, which was last year in 21 June, that started altering. It's supposed to be very good for you. It's supposed to be very good then for the people around you. And that in itself is igniting a new collective on this planet. So that is who I am. That's what I do. And I love it more than anything. So for these 3 experiences, it will be today. Then there will be one on Thursday and one on Friday, all at 3 p.m. CEST. So come live. There's something about being live, about the energy transmission, about the experience. It is 3 parts because I'm unable to give you that and for you to digest it. I could literally give it to you in 60 minutes and then just kind of, but I want you to embody it. I want you to like breathe it in, to allow yourself to walk through your life and to understand what I'm talking about. So it's not just, let's get this paradigm, let's like reveal the next thing, but actually, how am I connected to that? How am I engaging with that in my life? So it's a very experiential experience, which is destined to awaken you in new levels in your life. That's why I set it up in 3 parts. It gives you time. So I have been using activation, alignment, and embodiment for a long time. And now what is happening is they are more specific than ever because everything is shifting. And so if you have been paying attention, nothing how it used to work is still working the way it used to. Like everything is shifting. If you have a business, you know what I talk about. If you see your children at school, you know what I talk about. If you look into the world on a bigger scheme, you know what I'm talking about. There's just everything, what once worked is now like opened up to new ways. And so new ways want to come through. And what a lot of people do is they try to create it in the old way. So there's something new, and they do it with something they know, something what feels safe, because that is the energy frequency. And I'll go more into that. What is like literally being asked of us is that we trust our divinity more than ever. That we trust our light, our divinity, who we are more than ever. And today I want to guide you through those 3 levels so you can literally allow yourself to be very honest. Where am I operating on which level? And do I actually want to go and upgrade myself to the next new level? That's a question, never a must. Sometimes you might not want that, or you might feel like not yet. And that is also okay, just for you to understand where am I operating in what part of my life. So I want to start with your intention. If I talk about you being this so ambitious, beautiful being who wants to create a magnificent life through the connection with your light, but also through the expression of your light in physical form. It's not just receiving the downloads, it's also the output, the imprint you leave, the footstep you leave into this world by allowing yourself to be who you are. What comes up for you and what is the intention for you personally for these upcoming couple of days and for this experience? I believe very much when you aim high, you will receive a lot. So there's the human way of setting intentions, what you think is possible for you, what you might, and we talk more about that in the 3 levels, and there's the soul connected way. And that is what you really, really want. And just set the intention and share it in the chat. And then maybe after this call, you can kind of look at it after you know the levels and see, did I set the intention for my highest potential? Let's see. So what is it? I want to be living my most meaningful and powerful life true to my soul's calling. Yes. Discover the intentions and ambition of my soul and eventually becoming it. I go for bliss. Yes, me too. My intention is to expand my consciousness further. Yeah. And so you might not want to like put it in here, but I really want for you to take a moment. And sometimes even like finding your intention is like a thing. It's like, I don't really know, like what is the thing? Just allow yourself that what comes forward, like this is what I would love. I don't know if it makes sense, but this is just what I want. This is what I'm calling in for my soul, who I am. Without any judgment of the personality, is it the right answer? None of that. It's like, this is that. Just breathe it out and share. My intention is to fully embrace my authenticity and honor my soul's purpose. Yes. My intention is to get clear on my gifts to the world and step unapologetically in the world and to see my value, to embody my divinity. Beautiful. My intention is to continue living my best life by being present in every moment, to embody my soul 24/7, to see myself as a magical being, divinity and bliss, and be fertile for my soul and unconditional love, soul connection and expression, all of the above. I mean, the words only, does it not like elevate you? These are some powerful words, right? It's like, yes, this is clearly connected to who you are and your fullest potential. This is not like, well, let's just in this arena do a little of that. It's like, no, sprinkle all the magic, who I am, the bliss, which is me, into my life, into manifestation, into creation, into experience, into into alignment, all of that. Be radiant at 65, of course, at 85 too, like 90, 100, let's be radiant for the rest of our lives. I feel all shifting, new is coming in, aligning to all the new and discover it. This is what I'm called into. A bit scary, but I'm so ready for all and taking the aligned steps. Eager to be more and more who I am and let my soul lead me. Spiritual growth, confirmation, and joy, full bliss. My intention is to be true to myself and to others. I want to shine my light and be of value to the health of other people, follow my purpose and impact the world, speak my soul's truth. Yes, yes, yes. Superabundance, inspiration for everyone, shine my most loving and brilliant light to the fullest, living my recently rediscovered soul path. Trust all is well at all times, even if it doesn't make sense. Breathe in love. Thankful to know there are so many other beautiful souls on this path. Live my full potential. I intend to embody my divine self, to enjoy life and shine my light fully. I mean, live in gratitude. All of this. Do you know why I'm asking you? For one, your voice is important. Your voice is actually very important in this world, especially right now. And so if you're hiding because you feel unsafe, now is the time to really like claim that what you want to create. They've been giving like pretty recently, they said like you need to be so clear in what you want, more clear than ever. It's like non-negotiable in that what you want. A lot of people say this is what I want, and then they start like kind of doing all the side paths. It's like, no, this is what I'm claiming to be. This is who I am. And now they're ready to line up with you and give you everything. So again, like normally what I used to do is channel and activate in these calls. And I decided that is really for my clients. What I want to have is these high level conversations in these 3 days, so that you really can take it into a bigger like awakening paradigm. And then when you want to like fill it up, we take the next step. But for now, it's like really stretching you into your awareness. And then it's like, how can I embody this? So let's go today into those 3 levels. And so level 3 is literally where 90%, maybe 95% of humanity is operating, which is the frequency of survival. It's the frequency of survival. It's not being very aware. It's just doing your thing. Now, when it comes down to activation, when you operate in that level, you allow yourself to be activated / triggered in life. These are people who experience a lot of lessons in their life, a lot of them. They are choosing to live life in a very human way. And as you live life in a very human way, you will be activated in a very human way. So I want you to look at yourself and to see where are you operating in a very human way. And we all have been in this level, all of us. And sometimes we are still operating in this level when it comes down to this arena and this arena. I just want you to become aware. Where am I being in this energy where I'm trusting what I can see? I trust what I can see. I don't trust what I can't see. I don't trust my vision. I'm just operating on that what is available for me. So the reality is dictating how I feel. The reality is dictating what is possible for me. So my time, my investment, all of that is dictating what I can be, who I can, like everything. It's very much level 3 where you're just operating on the frequency of humanness. Nothing wrong with that. It's an experience. It's an experience. Some of you might have that with your health. Some of you might have that around your purpose. Some of you might have that in relationships. When it comes down to wealth. So just for a moment, like kind of see, where am I operating here? There's fear. There's doubt. There's all of this going on in this frequency. It's a specific frequency. And it's not one where you usually feel very confident, very safe. It's very much learning the lessons through life. I feel it in every part. I realize I do this in my business around wealth, interaction with my daughter, being aware that we are having a human experience, or this is still the things. And so this, now I come very close because now it becomes very intimate. But I desire this to be meaningful for you. I desire you to expand your awareness so that you can actually choose to upgrade and understand how to upgrade. See, it's not just me like showing you, okay, this is a part where you can operate. Limiting thinking in finances. a lot of people who are awakened have got a very much level 3 consciousness when it comes down to wealth. A lot. When it comes down to being visible, when it comes down to allowing yourself to step into that next level. And that's why I want you to understand this so that you can upgrade yourself, because you are destined to be living on a level 1 frequency. You are, otherwise you wouldn't be here. Okay, you're destined. So it's like seeing yourself in the, and you can write it in the chat, but you can also write it down and be specific. And for the next days, I want you to look at it. I want you to like see how you're thinking, because what are the things you are thinking when you're operating on this? Let's do something in the chat to become really clear on what it means to be operating on this. Is it something like, I can't do this, it will never work out, other people can do this, like I'm fearful? What are your repetitive energy patterns on this level? Like think about it, where you buy into and which is just a match for you when you're operating here. Maybe you have a very critical mind who comes in and tells you off, or a bitter mind. Stuck, resistance, fear of not being good enough. I can see how to grow, how this can happen for me. It's scary to do the step into the unknown. Biggest is the fear of rejection. So these are all real things which are in that frequency. The thing is, when you choose to elevate in a different one, it's a very different like mindset, thoughts coming in a different, and we all have access to the 3 levels. I just want you to understand the different levels so that you can play with it. And I want you to understand which are your biggest triggers, activations that are happening, that are activating these thoughts. It doesn't feel right in my heart asking people to pay my consultations. I know, that was mine. I want to help everyone. It's my gift, and so I should. Until I realize my brother, who is a builder, people just pay him to build their house. It's his gift. We don't do weird, but it's like for us, these soul ambitious women, men who come to bring something into the world, these are the things, the collective things. So a lot when it comes down to this is that you are literally resonating with collective energy. Okay, this is you resonating fully on the collective energy, or fear, not enough, like all of that. Limited thinking in finances, making friendship with like-minded people while living in a city. Yeah, it's all of that, right? Inner imposter. I think I'm not worthy to spend money on me, withheld, being seen, fear, and sometimes the unknown. I just think you are doing such a great job, like really, because this is, like, I just want you to understand we all can operate and sometimes are operating here. But the beautiful thing is, because we are aware, we can choose to alter the state we are operating in, the frequency. There's also feelings attached to this. Fear, like go into what is your feeling you are most feeling when you are in here. Maybe you feel very, very vulnerable, powerless, hopeless, all of that. And it's a real thing because we live in duality. So it's not like you're pretending, it's actually, it's a frequency. Once we know how to unlock the next frequency in this arena, everything starts shifting. So, level 3, that is survival mode. And you have like, I would love for you to dive deeper, like the next days, but for now, let you have the idea. Now, then there's the level 2, which is different. This is usually where people are aware. Okay, they are aware. This is what I call spiritual people. They will refer to themselves as spiritual. They are awakened. These are the people who want to do something about their health, and they take, for example, this 40 euro monthly like thing on the gym, and then they sometimes go and then they don't, and they have this kind of energy, right? When it comes down to their health or sports. These are the people in the spiritual world who go to all of the classes and who learn a little from everything. We all have done this, right? When it comes down to your health, when it comes down to you read a book, you do a thing, you do all the little things. You're literally tasting from everything. A lot, like this frequency is built on need. You have a problem and you want to solve it. So there's actually energy in it. It's not like the level 3 where it's like, okay, this is what it is, like survival. It's actually, there's awareness to it in the game, and there's a desire for change, yet the desire is not a desire, it's actually a need. It comes from a different frequency. Okay, so it's like need. Need is something very different. Investing in yourself from need is very different than investing in the level 1, what we talk about, very different. So like, let's take a look at you when you're operating on the frequency of need and where you are actually doing this. It's not just survival mode, but it's like there's different levels of triggers. It's not like hopelessness and like the very like dragging one, but it's in the middle. It's like, I don't trust myself. I can't do, like, it's you having to do the work. It's another way of saying it. You still believe you are the one who needs to change it, because the divine, you don't trust it completely. You don't live on the frequency of trust. You live right there on the frequency of need. And so you will do a couple of things, but you're not really trusting that the results will come through. But you're trying it, but it's never really coming into fruition. So it's you tasting everything, thinking, I am this person. This is the level of health. This is the level of wealth. This is the level of purpose. This is how my life looks like. It's still, you are still in a box. You're still in a box and you're operating from there. Let's see, I'm definitely level 2. Need is acting out of lack, scarcity, for sure. Build on need, yeah. And that's what you can see. You choose it, not from overflow, but you choose it from a place of lack. It's not this like expansive version of you. It's not fully ignited with soul ambition. It's actually you trying to do it in the human way, operating very much still on the human wings, trying to fix things, solve things. That's the energy. And a lot of the world is also operating on this. There's few who are operating on the level 1, because it takes something very, very different. This is a good mirror. I feel I do this with my health, sports, eating habits, also a bit in alignment to soul, although that is changing. Another great insight, not trust, but having to do all the work myself. That's where I'm at for sure. Been in level 2 for years. I keep lowering my prices or give for free in the need to practice and help people, but needs to change. It doesn't mean. I'm going to tell you more about the level 1. And then you're like, yeah, that's the one. That's the one. And so just understand, you're not always operating there. You will see, like, it's like this temperature thing, like, let's watch and witness myself. Let's see what kind of level conversations do you have in your mind on this level. It's not like, but I'm trying. Or I've tried it all and it's not working for me. I mean, it's working for other people, but they are lucky, or they have got da-da-da-da-da, but it's not working for me. What if we all have access to the same source? Because we do. But it's those kind of thoughts we have. We start comparing ourselves to others. We start like seeing our limitations, all of that. And we start operating from the limitations to fix them. Very different. Instead of like, I would love to have this hot, vibrant, healthy, strong body. It's like, I have to lose weight. It's not like that you are in the hospital, like going, like taking all the pills with the doctors, like on survival mode, but it's like, I have to. It's not very inspiring it's very hard work to operate on this frequency. Hard work. You know, if you're working hard, it's probably you're doing this. Because on the level 3, you're like almost like baiting in it. You don't even do anything. Level 2 is like you're doing the thing, it's just not working for you. Check out the feelings you are experiencing when operating on 2. This is also part of the homework, because I want you to see it tomorrow and today, to just feel like, this is where my mind goes. Oh, that is then where my emotional scale goes, because you will see a pattern in that. And I want you to understand your pattern so that we can upgrade. Okay? From a new, let's see. The last time I noticed that all my desires get manifested by people in my surrounding, from a new car to a house on the beach. Very good. Work on myself, then I don't. Then I do, then I don't. Weight management roller coaster, but in my spiritual road, I'm solid and confident. Yeah, see, so some hard you are and some you're not. So where the level 3 is very much human experience, little soul, 2 actually has awareness and consciousness to it. It's just not the full boost. It's not you being in your divinity. It's you sometimes operating like, it's almost like it's opening a little the window and then it's closing. It's opening and it's like it's that. On and off, on and off. But it's not on. And it's not embodied divinity. Embodied divinity, okay? That's what we're aiming for. If you're here on my team, we're aiming for embodied divinity, okay? So that's what we're aiming for. So now when we are in level 1, the frequency of desire, very different. It's the frequency of desire. It's the ignition of desire, which has a high level, high frequency potential to it. Just feel where you are. When I host my next retreat, for example, I'm going to host one in a really special place with all the little homes, and the next one will be in Ibiza. That's desire. I don't need to do that. I can actually just shove them in a hotel and be fine, because that's what I promised. I desire it. And because of that desire, I'm igniting that next level in my one-on-one retreats. Do you think people need a one-on-one retreat with me? No, they don't, but they desire. It's very different. So start seeing where you're allowing yourself to lead with your desires rather than with your needs. And even though you know this, I know we tend to forget this. There's something where you know it, but where you're not fully embodying the desire frequency. This is a heightened state of consciousness where you are not allowing your reality to interfere with your desires, where you're not allowing your current status quo, whether it is in health, whether it is in wealth, whether it is in purpose, whether it is in business, relationship, motherhood, you're not allowing yourself to dip. You trust into the divine more than anything. That is the only way to operate on this frequency. As soon as you go back to your human self, you go back to the need. It will not happen. I'm worried. What if this person is not the one? That person, That's the human conversation in the second level. This is, I know. And in a changing world where we are operating in right now, this is the highest available frequency right now, where you trust your desires and your dreams. You're not making them less. You're not talking about them. You're igniting them. Level 1 is a place of ignition. It's a place of celebration. It's a place of excitement. It's a place of, I want this. Giving yourself full permission. It has nothing to do with reality. It has nothing to do with who you have been. It has nothing to do with your past. It has everything to do with allowing your soul to flow through you and to ignite you. And then to manifest a life experience from this level of divinity. That is where you see people achieving miracles. It's because they're not only putting in the work, they're actually trusting that with them holding the frequency of desire, everything will fall into place because they are carried by their team. How much are you trusting that you are carried by your team? Whenever I channel, I never doubt. No doubt in my mind. I know, even when I go to I know exactly the right thing will flow through me. There's no doubt in my mind. There was a moment in my life where I was clearly, when it came down to my purpose, not operating on this level. I was a level 3, struggling as a social worker in teams, like all of that. And I was just like, allow it to flow through me. And so it does. You can have that in your relationship too, where you are playful and loving and adventurous and excited. How are you operating on your relationship? Many people start dropping the ball. Level 1, I'm in love. Ooh, desire only, right? Do you know how it feels to be in love? Pure desire. And then they do something you don't like. Level 2. And when it gets worse, okay, level 3. What if we are now gifted? And this is for the soul ambitious, real, like leaders. This is not for everything. You want to master yourself and your ability and your divinity beyond circumstances. So when your love is not really operating on the frequency you want, not giving you reality-wise what you want, you don't start dropping. You can hold your own ball. You don't need them to hold you. And then you just play in that level and then they come again. And you can be living in a frequency. And this is important. A lot of spiritual people can only live in a frequency where it's a level 1 frequency, circumstantial. We're now moving into a time where we can hold the frequency 1, even though the world is crumbling. Next level. We can hold our state of bliss because that's the level 1. It's bliss in all experiences. It's bliss in divinity, connection, beautiful conversation. It's bliss in the beauty of the flowers and the experience and the home and the holidays. It's bliss in every single aspect without commenting on it, without making you wrong. Old paradigm, level 2 spiritual people, they have judgment about stuff like this because they still think they need to work their way to it, suffer their way into bliss. Doesn't really make sense, does it? Let's suffer our way into bliss. And now when you can be the leader into the first level, what do you think is needed? To be so firm and unshakable that when people disagree or people pull you down or people show you that they're not in alignment, you can still hold your light. You can still stand firmly in your power. This is a level, and this is what I so much love about my community. When we're talking right now, we're talking level 1 conversations because you can feel the ignition happening as we talk. You know where you belong, period. I know every single one knows I belong in the level 1. I'm that kind of person. Why do I know? Because otherwise you wouldn't be here. It's so simple. Otherwise you would be doing something else with the time. You wouldn't wake up this early. You wouldn't in the middle of your day like me. It's because you are this person. The key and the difference between the level 1 and the level 2 is level 2 is operating on your own. Level 1 is operating with your soul family, with divine soul connections. Why? As we are connecting with each other regularly, not just on a human base. Let's talk about things. No. Activating, elevating, allowing the new downloads to come. All of this, what we're doing right now, and what is happening, for example, in the accelerator, like that level of, it's like breathing to us. In order to be able to hold ourselves into a level 1, it's important to be activated in the right way. Remember, level 3 is activated by the circumstances, by life. Who wants that? I've done a lot of that in my life. It was very, very tiring. Again, a new boyfriend not working. Again, like when, now it's like I'm activating myself in high frequency conversations. And as I allow myself to be in that space, I'm growing my light and my stability and who I am. And as I grow myself, I'm now able, when people are in a level 2 or 1 or 3, to hold myself. Co-creation is what it is. The co-creation and the ignition in the co-creation is activating us, because we can do one, but when we're gathering like now with so many people all across the globe, it's a different experience. There's greater ignition of light, and you get to use that greater ignition of light to stabilize your frequency into the level 1. Because now you remember what people already said. There's more people like me. Thank God, yes. There's more people who want to have these conversations. There's more people who want to radiate their light, who want to give the gifts, who want to live this beautiful, abundant life, who want to make this place a better place. But it's, how do I allow myself? So what are you thinking when you're on a level 1? Full of trust, right? Thoughts which are filled with trust, deep understanding and knowing, grace, bliss, beauty, excitement, all of that. Start putting it in the chat. What are your feelings? What are your thoughts when you are operating on this level? When are you feeling that way? Super ignited. Whenever I'm teaching, I'm feeling this way. Whenever I'm really connected with my partner, I feel that way. Whenever I'm with my children and we're laughing, and I'm feeling that way. There's so many moments I feel that way. It's a choice to radiate on this frequency and then to stabilize it and embody it. The thing is, it used to be easier to stabilize. Why? Because the downloads come quicker. The energy changes are like rapid speed. And so it asks something new right now. It asks you to trust yourself like 100 times more than a couple of months ago. Because as things are crumbling and shifting, can I stay in the frequency of this? Am I able to hold it? Am I able to ignite it? Am I able to choose it? Let's see. Oh, you're so clear. I feel you. My whole house is full of flowers now, and I feel the desire. I see it back on multiple levels in my life. So good. Every time I teach my Reiki, it flows. Yes. I'm having multiple exploding aha moments hearing you speak. Very good. I'm excited for that. They were so clear in this transmission. It's clear because you can understand where you are operating, and you can actually shift and upgrade in the experience. And that is what I want for all of you. Allow, 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 inspirited, oneness and pure energy, grounded and light at the same time. Trust, 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 and follow the inner guidance. Let go, let God, and trust my soul. I give my power to others because I lack trust in myself. I definitely resonate with all you're saying. Thank you. You're so welcome. I grow myself, and then I hold myself through the changes. Joy, excitement, celebration, love. When I flow in love. Thanks so much for the insight. Uplifted, joyful, inspired, and just be. So joy, delight, laughter, excitement. So what has been landing now in this conversation? What has been landing for you about the 3 levels where you are operating on, the different frequencies? Let's see. This is how you act, like come into alignment with it. Whenever I'm with a client, when I really connect with my love, when I can hold myself steady, relax, allow, I feel blessed that I have time to be able to attend these sessions with all of you. You're so kind. Me too. It's incredible. But this is what it is. It's incredible. You're right in the middle of my screen. Beautiful show. Yeah. This is what it's all about. So start like kind of like feeling what is landing, that we can move from one frequency to another by changing our thoughts around our circumstances, experiencing in the moment. Yeah, and to really attune to the frequency. And that frequency holds everything. And sometimes from a level 3, we need to go to 2 first, and then we up. But you don't need to it doesn't need to be like days. It can be in like an hour to change your whole state. I understand the light out better and see it back to others in life. So great. Understanding more how it works. I recognize myself in too. And so it's good because now you know if I want to upgrade, it's like looking at what excites me. What makes me feel excited? Where do I feel ignited? What do I really want if I get full permission? If time and emotion and money and investment in whatever, doesn't matter, what is exciting me? And then do that. That is the level, the frequency of desire, the frequency of more, the frequency of overflow. That's a level 1 experience. And when you're operating there, the whole world will become a better place because you're attuning to greater health. You're attuning to greater purpose. You're attuning to greater love. You're attuning to greater light. You're attuning to greater wealth. You're attuning to all the good stuff. And from that overflow, you can share so much more. In the last years, I've been sharing so much more of that. I've been impacting so many people, not just in my classes, but in my life, because I was able to give them so much more than what I was capable of when I was a social worker. I allowed myself to go in a lot of ways from level 3 to 1. Ready to trust and desire. Holding the space is the real work, but it does not feel like it. Everything flows with grace and ease. Stop closing my energy. Yeah. And so, level 1 is about trust. Level 1 is about giving yourself permission. If you give yourself permission to desire what you desire and to want what you want, that is where the next step is. That is where you come into alignment with a level 1 first step experience. In order to access and to upgrade your life into a level 1 experience, it's like, what do I really want? What really excites me? And just look at yourself, how quick the mind comes in and says, it's impossible. I can't do this. This is too much. Now I'm going too far. I should da-da-da. It's unresponsible, whatever. It's irresponsible. We have all these things in the way. So there's nothing really in the way of the upgrade into a level 1 experience in your life, into the situations you participate in, you choose into, other than what you believe is possible for you. Well, I believe everything is possible for you. I proved everything was possible for me, so I do not ever wonder if it's possible for you. I know it's possible. I know it's possible, because if it's possible for me, it's possible for you, whatever your level 1 experience is. But it's about giving yourself permission to want what you want, to go beyond the resistance, the criticism in your mind, the comparison, sometimes being nasty about other people. Whatever you do, what leads you into a level 3 or 2 experience. And you will know, because in the upcoming days, I'm inviting you to really look closely to your emotional patterns and to your thought patterns, and to kind of keep score of how you are operating. Where are the moments you are dipping into something? What are the thoughts? And allow yourself to practice with, what do I really want? What excites me? Not about what is reasonable. That's level 3. Level 2, what do I really want? And allow yourself to go into that. And then understand that trust into your divine self. Take it into a bigger context. You are divine. You are divinity in physical form, not the other way around. In the first place, you are divine. So when you understand that and you allow yourself to operate in the full trust that you are carried and you are safe, and you get to choose and experience that level of soul what you really want, that level of light, that level of bliss, that level of abundance, that level of joyful experiences. When you choose that, everything will change. It's about giving yourself permission and allowing your divinity to lead you, not common sense. That is a human thing. Your divinity will lead you, not common sense. So level 3 is charcoal, level 1 is a diamond. Yes. And so let's see how you will be leaving the call. I think we're going to put some of these questions in the email so you can kind of reflect on it. And we will send out the replay if you want to listen again. I want this week to transform your life. I don't want it just to be a good class and like some inspiration. That's level 2. I want this to be something that will change your life forever because you understand how to start choosing from a place of divinity rather than humanness. You are divine in the first place, and I so want that for you. Happy, I'm feeling inspired to really examine what I truly desire. I'm going to let trust in and allow things to happen for me. Massive gratitude for your generosity in sharing insights. You're so welcome. Feels transformational, opens the allowing of level 1 more often. Yeah, it's here. It's just a choice away, an ignition away. Next days are about awareness and getting to know myself more. Yes, inspired and ignited. I embody and will manifest this. Relate in my relations. Gratefully dancing on. Thank you. And so you're so welcome. I will leave with more self-love and want to trust in my soul family, even if I don't see them. Well, you just met some of them here. You just met some of them here. If you resonate with this energy, I promise you, you will know if you meet soul family because you resonate with the energy. That's it. You will resonate with the energy. You feel the energy. You feel the ignition. You feel yourself expanding in the being of the context of that energy, wherever it is. That's how soul family, it is igniting 1 and 1 makes 10. It's just, you know what is possible. It puts you in your power. It puts you into potential. It puts you into who you truly are, a remembrance of your greatness. Exactly what I've been inspired with the last few days. Giving yourself permission, choose from a place of level 1. Yes. So, all of you, Johanna, can you unmute everyone? So we will say goodbye, and I will see you live on day 2, which is Thursday at 3 p.m. I'm excited. Everyone unmuted? Yes, I love you all.